Hi, welcome back to the free marketplace. Today we're going to talk about two more of my favorite pieces of software that I enjoy using, and I've used them personally in business. You can use them actually to start a small business. The first one is Inkscape. Inkscape is a drawing application that you can use to prepare things such as flyers, leaflets, or any graphics work that you want to do. It's as powerful as the paid for alternatives. The other software that I'll do in the next episode is called GIMP, and GIMP is actually a photo editing software just like Photoshop, which is also an open source software, free to download and use. These are powerful pieces of software that you can get for free, and with the fact that they can help you to start a small business, what else can you ask for? So let's get started. Today, I'm not only going to show you free software that you can download online, but I'm also going to show you a practical way you can use this software to create graphics such as leaflets, flyers, or business cards such as these. It's very easy. The first thing you need to do, as I said, is to download Inkscape, and I'm not going to go through the installation, but I'll direct you to where you can download Inkscape. So if you type in Inkscape into your Google browser, it will take you to a link, and if you press on that link, it will bring you to the Inkscape website. There, obviously, you will download your software. It's pretty much straightforward. The second thing that I want you to take note of is you will need a company to print your business cards for you if you don't do it yourself already. I use a company called bestprinting.co.uk, and if I go up here, I'll type it in www.bestprinting.co.uk. It will bring us straight to their landing page, and because we're working on business cards today, I'm going to click this link right here. It will ask me to choose the type of business card that I want. We're just going to click the first one, and we're going to click the first part again. The reason why I'm taking you into this part is because I want you to look at these dimensions here. These are the dimensions that the printing company will want for their artwork. And can I say, each company will have different dimensions they will ask for. The complete artwork size should be 87 by 57 mil with a 1mm bleed. But make sure that whatever you put down in that should not exceed 85 by 55 mil. And I will explain that. But at this point, just take note of these numbers. Can I just also show you why I choose bestprinting.co.uk? They've got the most competitive prices online. If you look down here, for 100 cards, it will only cost me £26.60, and for 1,000 business cards, it will cost me about £30. Also factor in delivery, which costs around £5. So the overall cost for 1,000 business cards will be about £35. Why is this important? Well, it's important because if you're starting a small business and you'd like to put a profit margin, you need to know what the overall cost is going to be for producing your business cards. So if it's going to cost £35 to produce 1,000 business cards, then I'm going to charge my customer anything from £45, £55, £65 even, which gives me a nice £25 to £30 profit. And I've had companies take me up on that. Believe me, they will. So it's important to note that. Once we have taken down these dimensions, it's now time to go into Inkscape and start producing our business card. When you first open up Inkscape, this is going to be the page that will welcome you. You will see there a blank canvas, which is A4 size by default. Because we're working on a business card, we need to change this canvas to a business card size. The sizes that we have been given by our printer. To do that, you go into File, which is up here. So you click File, go down all the way to where it says Document Properties. You click Document Properties, and it will give you the sizes of your canvas. We're currently on A4, but I want a custom size. So my custom size is in millimeters, so I make sure millimeters is clicked here. And I'm going to change this to 87 millimeters by 57 millimeters, which is the dimensions that we were given by the printer. So now, as you can see, the document shrinks down straight away. So that I can be able to see clearly, I'm going to either click this magnifying zoom tool. If I click it, bring the magnifying glass here, click it, it will keep making it bigger until I can see it. But the easy way to do this is to come up here, right up here on this third one here, and click zoom to fit in window. If I click that, it will make my document canvas bigger. Now I'm ready to do some work. I make sure my arrow is clicked. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put some text onto my business card. So if you come down on this side all the way to where it says A is our text tool. If I click on that, it brings that text, that A into there. And if I click inside, straight away a cursor comes up, which I can then use to type whatever I need. We'll start with the name of our customer, which will be Jonathan Doe. Okay. Again, I'll click the arrow button up here so that I can then start to manipulate and move this around. So I'm going to put it about there. But I think it's a bit small, so I'm going to make it bigger. To make it bigger, all I need to do is to click one of these arrows and drag. But as you can see, the moment I start to drag, it loses the structure of the letters. So I am going to go up here and press undo. To be able to enlarge this without making it deformed, I'm going to press Control and then I'm going to just expand it like so. As you can see, it's going bigger or smaller without losing the structure of the letters. So I'm going to make it about that size. That will do for me. Again, I'm going to move it around to about there. To change my font, all I do is click on it, go up to this part where it says text. I'm going to click there and then go down here where it says text and font. Click in there, and on this side something else comes up. As you can see, it says text and font up there, and it gives me different kinds of fonts down here. I like to use this one called Aqua Kana. As long as my text is clicked and highlighted like so, I'm going to come over here to where the fonts are and click Aqua Kana, which is that one. It won't change it straight away, but it will change it down here for you to have a look at the font before you decide if you like it. I've used this before, so I like it. I'm going to click apply, and as soon as I do that, my font on the canvas is going to change. So I'm going to click apply, and there it is. It's just changed my font. So that's the first thing. We put down our name. We now need to put a title for this person. So again, I'm going to come here to my text tool, click on it, bring the text here, click inside. Again, there's my cursor. I'm going to put him as the Chief Operating Officer. Oops, there you go. I'm going to come here up into my arrow tool so that I can move this around. Click on it, move it where I need it to go. Okay, about there. If it's too big, again, I can press Control, press one of the arrows, start to make it smaller. I think that would do. And then release my control, pick it up again, and move it to where I need it to move to. About there. Brilliant. That looks all right for me. Brilliant. Let's create an address for our customer. I'm going to click text again. I want my address to come in this corner. So I'm going to click over here, and I'm going to put number 123 Fellows Close. And that's in, I'll say, Walsall in the West Midlands, United Kingdom. There you go. Just put a postcode as well whilst we're at it. There you go. I can position my text where I need it to go. By the way, if you remember, we said the overall size of our artwork should be 87 by 57 millimeters, but making sure that our artwork stays within the 85 to 55 mil. To be able to do that, I'm going to make another box inside with those dimensions so that I know I'm not going outside those dimensions. So I'm going to come to the box tool here, click on the box tool, and then I'm going to choose a color like red, because if you don't choose a color, what tends to happen is you won't see the box. I'm going to come to the corner here, and I'm going to just start to click, hold, and drag. As you can see, it starts to create a box. I know it's covering what we've written so far, but don't worry about that. We'll sort that one out in a second. Release, and there's my box. Now my box is not yet formulated to those dimensions we want. If you look up here, we've got W, which is our width. That's the width of the document, and our height right there. So I'm going to click arrow again. It just moves them to here, to this side. So they're still up there, but just move to this side. I'm going to change that to 85 by 55. Again, make sure that this is still stating that they are millimeters. Once I've done that, if I click my box, you can see my box changes its size. I'm just going to grab my box, try and put it in the center as best as I can. There's a better way of doing this without just using your eyes to do it. Once it's inside, because now it's covering my text, I'm going to move this to the back of the canvas. To be able to do that, I go to Object, which is up here, click Object, go down all the way until it says lower to the bottom. If I click on that, the box goes to the bottom of the canvas and it allows my text to come to the top. Now I can see my text again. Because I still want to work on a white background, I'm going to click the white down here, which makes my box white, but I still need to see it. Because if I just click, let me click outside and show you what I mean. If I don't put a border, the box disappears. It's still there, but it's disappeared. If I click inside, there's my box again. So to be able to see it, I need to have a border around it. To do that, all you do is come here to where it says Object again, click on that, come down to where it says Fill and Stroke, click on that. And on this side, as you can see, we now have Fill and Stroke. I'm going to make sure that the fill is checked, the X is checked to show that I don't want to fill for my box. But where it says Stroke, I'm going to click Stroke, and then I'm going to choose black. So to choose black, just play with these. I always just go to this black here, keep going, and then until I've got all black. Yeah, or you can choose it from down here, but I always just play around with it here. Still, I can't see it. It's because the stroke style has not been chosen. I haven't chosen how thick I want my border to be. So if I then click stroke style, it will tell me, as you can see, it's 0, 0, 0, which means there's no border yet. But if I go to this little arrow right here, this little arrow, click on it, you'll start to see my border forming. There you go. I don't want it to be too big, so I'm going to just go to 200. And if I now click outside the canvas, there you go, there's my border. Now, I am not going to keep this border at the end of my artwork. I'm going to remove it. This is for me to be able to just see that my artwork is not falling out of my overall canvas recommendations. Right. So let's go back to our text. This is the text that I've put down. Again, as I said, I like to keep my font the same. So I'm going to go up here to where it says text. Click text. Go to text and font. Click that. That brings my text and font over this side. And there it is again. I've used Aquacana. So I'm going to click on Aquacana. It won't change it straight away. Remember, it changes it over here to tell me what it's going to look like. What you need to do then is press apply right here. I press apply and it changes my font. Okay. One more thing that you might need to do is, as you can see, it's straight down here, but not straight on this side. I prefer to have it straight on this side. So to do that, make sure your text is clicked and highlighted. And then what you're going to do is you're going to come to this side where, if you look at these, this third one here will show you that it's going to be straight on the other side of your text. So I'm going to click that one and then I'm going to apply it. As you can see, it's now straight on the other side. Again, click your text, move it around to where you need to position it. I'm going to position it about there. I hope you've enjoyed watching this episode on Inkscape. So that you don't miss on the next episode and more to come, please press this button right here to subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Thank you for watching.